Please be seated. Good afternoon. Students, hi, welcome. I want to say my name is Lori Bordenave and I'm the chair of the Physical Therapy Department, and I want to welcome everyone here today. We're so excited to have you here to help celebrate this milestone in our students' academic and professional careers. As I'm looking out, I can see many parents, grandparents, siblings, even though you probably fought a lot, aunts, uncles, spouses, children, and friends sitting here today. And we know that you have been an incredibly important part of these students' journeys, because without your support, it's very likely they wouldn't be sitting here today. And we greatly appreciate everything that you do. And we're pretty sure that they do too. Students, you made it. You're like 2/3 of your preparation to become a physical therapist. But really, here you are. I mean, think back to those year one when you had all of those exams and everything else. It was intense, wasn't it? And there were probably a lot of days when you weren't sure that you would be sitting here. But you made it. And over this next session, while you're in classes, you're going to begin to apply and integrate all of the things that you have learned up until this point. You're going to apply it to cases and complex cases, more complex than you've probably thought of up till now and had until now. And you're going to be entering that final phase of your professional program, where you're going to take on that mantle of patient care. In part today, the white coat that you receive symbolizes this transition from the academic portion of your program to the clinical portion of your education. And we're really excited as your faculty to help you celebrate this transition and this sort of transformation into that next phase. So now I'd like to take a moment to introduce the stage party. First, I'd like to send good wishes to all of you from the dean, Dr. Ann Lee Birch. She couldn't be here today, but she sent her good wishes to you. So let me introduce who is here with us today. Dr. Craig Phelps, who is the chancellor of ATSU, sitting there in the middle. Next to him on his right, Dr. Ted Wendell, the president of ATSU's Arizona and California campuses. Dr. Pam Levangie, our keynote speaker. And then sitting here in the front and up on the stage with me are the amazing faculty. Why don't you guys, those amazing faculty, why don't you stand for a second? So, there they are. And as all of you know, you guys can sit down now. We're done with you. And as all of you know, you wouldn't be here without them, so we're really grateful to them. So now I'd like to welcome Dr. Wendell to the podium for opening remarks.
I'm honored to be here today to address you as future caregivers of our society at a pivotal point in your journey here at A.T. Still University. The symbolism of the white coat you'll don today represents not only a garment of professional identity, but also a mantle of responsibility, compassion, and unwavering dedication. I urge you to embrace the journey with humility, empathy, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Your white coat represents more than just your accomplishment. It symbolizes a covenant of trust and a contract between you and those you serve. Let this white coat serve as a constant reminder of the oath you'll take at the end of this ceremony. In your pursuit of excellence, remember that true mastery lies not only in the acquisition of knowledge, but the cultivation of empathy and the art of compassionate care. Take time to listen, to understand, to connect with those under your care. For it's in these moments of genuine human connection that healing truly begins. At a time when we face unprecedented challenges, the world looks to you as future custodians of health to navigate the complexity of the modern healthcare system with your wisdom, integrity, and resilience. The landscape of healthcare is ever evolving, demanding not only clinical proficiency, but also adaptability in the face of uncertainty. Embrace innovation, embrace change, and let curiosity be your compass on your journey. As you navigate these challenges that lie ahead, draw strength from the camaraderie of your classmates, the wisdom of your mentors, and the support of the loved ones here today and those who surround you. May your white coat not only be a symbol of your expertise, but also a beacon of hope for those in need. Congratulations. May you embark on this chapter of your journey with boundless enthusiasm. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wendell. Now I have the privilege of introducing our guest speaker, Dr. Pamela Levangie. Dr. Levangie received a bachelor's in physical therapy degree from Northeastern University, a master's from Boston University, and a doctorate in health science and epidemiology from Boston University School of Public Health, and her DPT degree from MGH School of Health Institute of Health Professions. During her 45 years as a full-time educator, Dr. Levangie served on the faculties of Boston University, Sacred Heart University, and MGH Institute of Health Professions, with leadership positions in all three institutions. She retired from the Institute as a professor emerita in 2017. Dr. Levangie is co-author of Joint Structure and Function, a comprehensive analysis, now in its 6th edition, with over 200,000 copies sold since its inception, and with several foreign language versions. She has numerous peer-reviewed publications and has presented nationally, predominantly about research concepts and evidence-based practice, as well as potential effects of radiation-induced fibrosis on shoulder function after treatment for breast cancer, an area of interest triggered by her personal experiences. Over the past 30 years, Dr. Levangie served as president of the APTA Academy of Education, then secretary of the section on research, now the APTA Academy of Research, and an ex officio member of the Foundation for Physical Therapy's Research Scientific Review Committee, member of the editorial board of PTJ, and on the board of directors of the American Council of Academic Physical Therapy. Dr. Levangie continues to present in the areas of research concepts and evidence-based practice, as well as on shoulder dysfunction post-breast cancer treatment. She is a past recipient of the APTA's Becky Carlin Award for Outstanding Academic Teaching and was named a Catherine Worthingham Fellow of the APTA in 2009, the APTA's highest honor. And I'm very fortunate to call her a friend and colleague. And so I would like you to welcome Dr. Pamela Levangie.
I want to thank Dr. Bordenave and all of you for including me in your rite of passage today. You may have been thinking that today is the beginning of the end, as you get ready to head off on your last clinical experiences and finally have commencement in your sights. In fact, today, in my view, and I hope later in yours, is a more pivotal event in your future than graduation ceremony. The pomp and circumstance of graduation is designed to be a celebration. It's designed to be shared literally or figuratively with your chosen family, as well as with your faculty and fellow graduates. Today is quite different than the shared celebration of commencement because the key element of today is the oath you're about to take, in my view, more than the white coat you're about to don. It's about your formal commitment to your patients, healthcare, and the profession. A commitment that goes well beyond today and beyond commencement. Let's face it, you don't take an oath at commencement, and you may not again in your professional career. Today is both unique and very, very personal. Today is about you as individuals more than it is about the people with whom you're sharing this event. For that reason, I'm addressing my comments to each of you personally, rather than to the class as a whole. All the elements of today's oath are equally important, but I'm going to focus my remarks on the fifth bullet of the oath, a commitment to enhancing your practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior. I'm also going to modify the wording solely for the purposes of this address to lifelong acquisition and application of professional behavior. I want you to see beyond enhancing practice and beyond knowledge and skills directly related to patient-client management. You've probably heard a lot about lifelong learning and professional behavior, enough that I think I just saw a few eye rolls. I think in part it's because professional behavior seems so obviously to relate to patient care expectations, the context in which those behaviors have largely been couched. A commitment to lifelong acquisition and application of professional behavior goes beyond what serves the best interest of your patients. A commitment to these attributes serves your broader professional and personal development. You may be thinking that professional development is about continuing your professional education, but it's also about professional behavior. Behavior is both the outer and inner manifestations of personal and professional development. Personal and professional development are inseparable from each other and symbiotic with personal and professional behavior. These attributes draw from and contribute to each other. In this discussion, we could actually drop the professional in professional behavior and just refer to it as behavior. I'll keep the professional because that's part of today's oath. And today is all about professionalism. Today's commitment to the acquisition and application of professional behavior is about your life's journey. And there is nothing more personal than that, because no one else's journey is or has been the same as yours. Today, you're as homogeneous a group as you're likely to be. You've had all the benefits of the same curriculum, and you've all reached this benchmark together. What you brought to the program, though, colored how you perceived and acted on those elements of the curriculum. You came here with different tools in your toolbox. The effectiveness of the PT tools you've since acquired are interdependent with your personal and professional behavior. Today is the verbal acknowledgement that your professional development, that is, your personal and professional behavior, isn't done yet. Whatever differences now or already exist between you and your classmates today, as of July, are likely to diverge exponentially. No two of you will have the same experiences between now and, well, actually the rest of your lives. I guarantee that the one thing each of you will experience is change. Your professional behavior is not and cannot be static. It will be molded by forces, constraints, barriers, supports, and facilitators that you will encounter across all elements of your lives. Your life will change you with or without today's oath, but making a commitment to the acquisition and application of professional behavior implies something active on your part, doesn't it? You won't always have control over what happens in your professional and your personal lives, but you do have control over how you think about or acquire those experiences, how you react to them in the near term, and how you apply those events to shaping future behavior. The oath uses the terms acquisition and application. Purposeful acquisition and application of professional behavior requires reflection. I suspect you've heard the terms reflection in action and reflection on action. Those points of reflection are what determine the deliberateness of acquisition and application of professional behavior as you navigate your personal journey. It's highly likely that whatever you think that journey might look like now, it will in fact be different. The good, the bad, and the ugly will challenge you to modify how you proceed. And surprise, not adjusting to change isn't really an option. You will adjust adaptively or maladaptively or somewhere in between. It may come down to the degree to which you've reflected and acted on your own professional and personal development. I know my life's journey looks absolutely nothing like I planned when I was in your position. I'm guessing that most, if not all, of your faculty would agree. I would have argued adamantly against anyone trying to tell me that I would leave the clinic after only 3 years to become a full-time educator, or that I would continue my education to earn a post-professional master's degree in PT and then a doctorate in epidemiology. I was going to be a clinician for life. I had no interest in teaching, and certainly no interest in pursuing further education beyond the BS that I had just gotten. Sometimes, even now, I look around and I am shocked at where I am and how I got here. And that includes here, right now. I've learned through many challenging experiences that next steps are always influenced by the ones you've already taken. If you haven't modified and adjusted your professional behavior along the way, you'll be stuck walking in place. Even what appears to be steps backward can be part of moving on. The places you've been no longer exist because those places and you have changed. What you think is a return journey is a new experience, even if you don't want it to be. There simply are no redos and no take-backs on life's journey. In fact, you really don't even have an option of walking in place. You may think you're staying in one place, but the world is changing around you, including healthcare, and many accelerating in ways that are scary. Okay, so you probably won't live your life according to your plan, and there are no redos. Well, that sounds very depressing, but that's when we're going to go back to this issue of acquisition and application of professional behaviors. This is one of those places where you can actively influence what you acquire and modify, and how your journey proceeds. And oh, that journey. It can be exciting and so unexpected. It's almost never linear, or if it is, not for long. It will change how you think and how you feel as you pass through those experiences, including the bad ones. I'm not a devotee of the expression, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Mostly because it seems to imply that there's a solution or a fix, that lemonade will make things better. Often, though, there isn't a solution to be had, but you can adjust to the lemons in your hand with time and reflection. There can be positive things that emerge from bad events, but they won't make the bad events go away. You may need some distance, an opportunity for reflection, before you can see the ripple effects of that experience across your professional behavior and your life. After 23 years in my first teaching position at Boston University, I was essentially fired by the administrators then. I won't even attempt to characterize the reasons, because 25 years later I can still only guess. I do know that the chair and the dean were anxious enough to get me out the door that they gave me a paid leave for the last 6 months of my contract. I was able to use that time to finish collecting data for my dissertation, a task that had been going nowhere fast as I juggled numerous other responsibilities. Because I had no choice other than to move on, I ended up taking a position in a new program startup at Sacred Heart University in Southern Connecticut. It was a problem-based learning curriculum that I quickly learned to adore. I had the opportunity to apply everything I had learned thus far as an educator while blooming professionally in that environment. Because my husband wasn't in a position to move then, I had to live away from home during the week. I became a single working woman Monday through Friday, at least in terms of the demands on my time. Maybe that time and freedom supported the professional development I experienced at Sacred Heart. But I also recognize that I wouldn't have had the Sacred Heart position, or probably my doctoral degree, if that hadn't happened. My journey may have been totally different if I had had the option to remain at BU. I should also mention that my doctoral degree wasn't a well-planned choice either. It was made clear to faculty at BU and elsewhere that any professional advancement, if not the longevity of your very position, required a post-professional doctorate. I chose epidemiology for only 2 reasons. 1, because I could do the degree part-time while continuing to work full-time. And 2, because concepts in research and statistical methods were among my biggest acknowledged weaknesses, even after completing my post-professional master's degree. So why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get my doctoral degree and address areas of weakness? A doctoral degree in epidemiology was quite a leap into the unknown. I definitely had no interest in becoming an epidemiologist, but the program included biostatistics. The utility of biostatistics in physical therapy was barely recognized then, and I saw a void that I could address. The program turned out to be life-altering. I fell in love with the content, and I continue to feel the ripple effects of that compelled choice even now. I developed a degree of intellectual curiosity through that program that fuels me to this day. As much as I love teaching kinesiology, my primary teaching responsibility for many years, teaching research concepts and evidence-based practice as well stimulated me in different and exciting ways. Did I realize at the time that that would happen? Definitely not. It was something to get through. No one was more surprised than I at the fit and how it changed my personal journey. I also recognize that I will never know what my career would have looked like had I stayed at Boston University, or actually, if I had stayed at Sacred Heart University. Instead, I spent the final years of my career as PT Department Chair at MGH Institute of Health Professions, although I had never aspired to being a chair. It was an amazing experience that taught me a lot. By the way, the move from Sacred Heart wasn't really optional either. My husband had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and it was time for me to live at home 7 days a week. I'm just lucky that the Institute had a spot that I could fit into. I don't know if life would have been better or worse had I not had those changes in my life, but I know it would have been different. We'll never know about the infamous road not taken, but the path you didn't take is also part of your professional journey. When you do have a choice, you make that choice with the information that you had at that time. The place you were when you made the decision no longer exists. Give up regrets about what you should have done or what you should not have done. You will never know where the road you would have traveled with different choices. Don't regret in the now what you did or didn't do in the past. If life gives you lemons, and it will from time to time, think about those lemons as possible assets and not as liabilities. Think about all the things you can do with lemons other than make lemonade. Think about the hacks available to you. If you haven't done more than a quick read through today's oath, give it a quick read before you take it. Read what you are actually committing to today. I hope that you will see each element of the oath, and not just the fifth bullet, as being more important than you might have thought earlier today. I also hope that you recognize that your deliberate commitment to acquisition and application of professional behavior is your chance to do something that I don't know about because I can't turn the page. It's your chance to modify how your experience proceed and reflect on your journey as it continues. It's a journey without a GPS. Appreciate the uncharted adventure with all its bumps, sudden turns, and unexpected vistas. Once again, I appreciate the opportunity to be part of this day. In acknowledgement, I'd like to gift you one attribute of professional behavior. I gift you a sense of adventure and wonder. Enjoy it and use it well.
I gotta find my spot now. Thank you, Dr. Levangie. So before we move into the next part, which is the part, I also want to thank all of the staff who are here today and have worked in the background, because I think sometimes if we don't do it, we forget. So I want to do it right now. So far back there in the corner is Tressa Morales, Erlinda Cisneros Johnson. Back in the corner over there, I see Cassie Reynolds and Joanne up here. Oh, like they're at the four corners. Perfect. And then we also have some amazing staff from ATSU, from our IT department over there, Kyle and Nick, and there's Christina from CNN. We got all sorts of people here, so thank you all for being here and helping us to celebrate this day with our students. All right, students, are you ready? Yeah, it's time. Okay, so I'd like to introduce the faculty who are going to be helping today with the coding ceremony, Dr. David Doublestein and Drs. Pamela Kays and Dr. Jason Karstens.
Is this it?
Emily Alama. Trevin Alfrey. Aya Atia. Eleanor Baker. Joseph Bonacci. Taylor Boyle. Ashley Cutting. Jose Damian. Jessica Dow. Carolyn Devers. Angela Dong. Christian Dramer. Emily Elgus. Tori Fry. Campbell Friend. Noah Galloway. Nina German. Allie Gleason. Saxon Hegemon. Kendall Hatler. Jordan Holmes. Courtney Holmes. Darby K. Honeycutt. Carl Johnson. Jacqueline Marie Kay. Jonathan Miles Keeney. Benjamin K. Lekalot. Kenneth John McDaniel. Nathan Lee Monahan. Ramil Morad. Rachael Mowry.
Hey, Rachel.
Alyssa Murray. Amber Nunes. Sarah O. Kylie Ortiz. Nolan William Parkland. Claire Marie Pierce. Peyton Jeffrey Price. Nicole R. Rogers. Kyle Michael Sands. Natalie Marie Sattler. Grace Catherine Steeler. Johanna Tedros. Parker Thompson. Abby Louise Torkelson. Samantha Urban. Daikin. Leticia Velasquez. Jamie Darren Webb. Leonard Lee Wright Jr. Yes, let's give everyone another round of applause for their great achievement today. More. Okay, that's enough. That was well done. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Parker to the podium to lead the students in the physical therapy oath.
Thank you, Drs. Doublestein, Kays, and Karstens, and physical therapy faculty. Students and faculty, please rise and join me in reciting the physical therapy oath, which is located on page 7 of your program. As a physical therapist dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals who seek my services or with whom I work, act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my services, exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements, demonstrate integrity during interactions with colleagues, other healthcare providers, students, faculty, researchers, the public, and payers for the enhancement of patient care and the advancement of the profession, enhance my practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior, participate in efforts to meet physical therapy and healthcare needs of local, national, and global communities. Thus, with this oath, I accept the duties and responsibilities. It's different in mine. All right. You may be seated. At this time, I welcome Chancellor Phelps to the podium for his closing remarks.
Dr. Bourdonnais, congratulations and thank you on another wonderful white coat ceremony. Dr. Levangie, I appreciate all the comments and ideas. Live for that moment, live in that moment, embrace change. That's something that's going to occur every day, right? Because patients are going to be late, they're going to forget something, they're going to catch the bus or miss the bus, and they're coming to see you, and they depend on you to help make their day. So whatever it brings your way, embrace it, work with your team, and work with others. As mentioned earlier, it takes a village to educate our students, so I'd like to once again reiterate our ASH's staff folks, our PT staff folks, IT team, student services team, communications and marketing, and of course our faculty for all that they do, and thank them. And once again, to those family and friends that are here today, we're going to need a bigger building, right? I think we'll have to, have a larger place for graduation. We've got a few thousand seats for graduation, so we're going to have a lot of fun in a very short period of time. But students, congratulations on receiving your white coat. As mentioned earlier, your white coat symbolizes a contract, a psychological contract between you and your patients that will last a lifetime. Patients will be sharing their most intimate details with you and your healthcare team. Patients will allow their children, spouses, sons, daughters, parents, and themselves to be exposed to an inexperienced student in order to educate you for the benefit of humankind. No other profession allows this. Your priority is to always act in the best interest of your patient, no matter their political beliefs, race, gender, preferences, income, age, education, religion, or status in life. Let me repeat that. Your priority is to always act in the best interest of your patient, no matter their political belief, race, gender, preferences, income, age, education, religion, or status in life. When there's pandemonium about, and there will be, pause and ask your team what is best for our patient. Collectively, you and your team, with the support of internal and external resources, can take care of just about anything and anyone who comes your way. It just takes a leader in a white coat to help make it happen. A child hearing her mother's voice for the first time, a parent picking up and holding their child, a lonely grandmother separated from her family and confused, a businessman driven to the brink of suicide by a chronic condition, a cancer diagnosis in a grandmother or grandfather. These are examples of the challenges and joys that will make your life rich and rewarding through lifelong relationships and new knowledge feeding your mind and soul. Please keep your original white coat. In addition to having a lot of cool pockets, when its job is done, hang it in your closet or office to remind you of why you chose to dedicate your life to the health and wellness of others. The coat will continue to remind you of your grateful patients, family, and friends who helped you along life's journeys. Be sure to take your program, put it in the pocket. As you get older, you might forget who some of your classmates were, right? Faculty. But that oath is mentioned earlier, I think twice earlier than right now. Take that, put that somewhere. Pull it out, make a copy, put it on your desk, put it somewhere up in your room so you're reminded of what you pledged to today. Your patients will love to see that too. If they're going to say, I want to go to a physical therapist who embraces that oath. Thank you for inviting me to share this special day with you. Won't be long until we're getting ready for graduation. Until we meet again, enjoy and Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Phelps. We're in the home stretch. But one of the advantages of being the host is that I get to add my thoughts as well, and I promise they're short. Today, you heard our speakers talk about the symbolism of the white coat, the importance of reflecting on your journey, how your journey might not be the journey you think it's going to be today, but something different. To commit yourself to the words of that oath today and into the future, and the importance of the contract that you make each and every day with your patients to always act in their best interests. Students, as you might have noticed, faculty don't walk around campus in their white coat. And usually I don't think very much about what it symbolizes or all of these other things that we've talked about today. But this year, as I was getting ready for the ceremony, and when I put it on, I was reminded of those commitments that I make every day to you all, the students, and to the patients whose lives I have a privilege of impacting either directly or through each and every one of you. And I felt the weight of this coat. So I agree with Chancellor Phelps. Keep the white coat, and once in a while, put it on to remind yourself about the things that you committed to today. If you wonder if you're ready to meet those commitments, know that as your faculty, we believe that you are. We think you're ready. So put on your white coat, actually or metaphorically, and remember that you have the skills and knowledge to impact patients' lives and to make PT the wonderful profession that you know that I love. And it's really a wonderful and transformative profession. And it will continue to be with each and one of you, every one of you. So congratulations again. Thank you again to all of you for joining us today. So now I'm going to give you a couple of instructions. Faculty and stage party, we're going to leave, then the students will follow, and just do what our Linda says, and you'll be good. So thank you all.